Hi everyone, welcome to Metrics Advisory. Today we have a very special guest with us and we're going to be talking about business. He's an award-winning entrepreneur, a business leader who started from scratch and also a keynote speaker. Welcome, Rami Ykmour, co-founder of Rashays.
Well, thanks for having me, Priyan. I don't know about the business side. I'll give you my business way, the way I do business, and I think that's what people will love.
Absolutely, Rami. We want to talk about business.
Yep.
And with business, Rami, one of the things that always people talk about is passion. Is that what happened to you with business when you started Rashays? Did you have a passion with regards to, getting into business? How did it all start
Absolutely,
for you?
man. It's a burning desire. I think I had that burning desire when I was probably 12 or 13 in the real early days. As soon as I worked out, I learned from my dad a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm starting my own business. And maybe even younger than that, but that's the earliest memories I have where I just wanted to start a business, and it didn't matter what it was. It didn't matter whether it was going to be food, automotive. That's not what I mean.
You just want to start a business.
Start a business, and there's a big difference, right? People want to start. A lot of people say, "Oh yeah, my mum is good at cooking, and I'm good at cooking, so I want to be a chef." That doesn't qualify you to start a business.
With the first business, Rami, how did it all start up? What was it like?
Man, it was a big shock. We signed the lease. But the challenges were not what I expected. The challenges was the legal side. The challenges were the accounting side. The challenges were the marketing side. So I got myself into something that I really didn't fully understand what I'm getting myself into.
Right.
But a lot of times, and I'd encourage a lot of people who are watching us today, don't be scared of something you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's plenty of time, you work it out.
1998 and then 2022, so that's 24 years that passed in between.
Yeah.
Where's Rashays now?
It's serious business now.
Right.
It was a lot more fun back in the day. I've got to be honest.
Right,
Today it's serious. Today you're making decisions that are massive, every decision. But Rashays is thriving. It's in a market where people want to go out and eat. And you know where it comes from. A lot of people say, "Oh, how did you come up? Like, it's so mad. Why did you come up with a casual dining?"
Yeah.
I listen to the customer. I put on there what I thought was the menu, and as soon as the customer said, "No, we don't want this, we want this," I said, "I'm listening." Never lose sight of the customer. It doesn't matter how busy I am. I'll make sure that I go out to my restaurants. I even leave the state. So that way I don't have any distractions. So usually I fly up to Queensland and have a look at my stores, because that way I know I'm fully focused and I'm focused at the customers and focused at the customers' needs.
Well, I mean, business is obviously challenging, right? You've gone through a couple of decades where there's been a global financial crisis in 2008. We've been through COVID, as recently as 2020 to, almost a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Setbacks, they're part and parcel of every single business out there. How did you sort of face those setbacks?
I hear that question thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
In business, there's a challenge every day. COVID was just another challenge, just a different challenge.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, it was a good challenge for me, because a lot of other people who would usually face their challenges and try and fix them, a lot of people said, "We're throwing arms in the air and we're not going to do nothing because it's COVID, because I'm allowed to."
Yeah.
So, no, mate. So, it was just another challenge. GFC, just another challenge. COVID, just another challenge. And if you don't have that mentality and that sort of attitude in business, you're not going to survive. Whether you're on a downwards market or an upwards market, there's always an opportunity. It's just a different kind of opportunity. And if you're able to just accept the status quo and say, "I'm going to face my challenges and I'm going to deal with them," the challenge isn't just going to be on Rashays, or it's just not going to be just on some other brand, or everyone's got the same challenges, right? So it's sort of like it's just how hard do you work on those challenges? That's what it's all about.
Let's look at the future. What's growth plans for Rashays?
It's a very difficult question. I'll tell you why. And even when I opened my first restaurant, I was too scared to tell people what my vision was, what my ambition was, because I thought people would laugh. I thought we would say, "Whatever, man, how about you work at your first restaurant?" So your question is, where do you see your future? I want to be honest with you, all right? I want to be as honest as I can. So I'm going to be, and sometimes I'm not honest, but today I feel like I'm being honest.
Okay.
I want global domination, 100%.
Wonderful.
Like, that's the way I go to sleep. I don't go to sleep thinking I want another 50 restaurants in Australia. How are we going to Indonesia? How are we going to New Zealand? And what I encourage as well the people out there, because that's one of my weaknesses, if you like, but I encourage you out there, if you have a vision, I'm looking right down the camera, if you have a vision, share it with people. Don't be afraid. Don't be a Rami.
How have you sort of used systems in your business? Because I asked this question, Rami, because there's a lot of small business owners out there, especially who don't who are not encouraged to use the systems, or they think it's just a waste of money, I don't want to invest, or they think it's too expensive, or am I going to get the return on that investment? So I'd like you to share, because I know you're a big fan of systems, and you know your business is data driven in a big way.
100%. Look, communication is one of the hardest things in any business.
Yeah.
So by creating a system for people to just follow all the time, whatever that is, whether it's, you know, we have a system right from opening the door, hey, you unlock the door in the morning, how somebody's got to stand over your right shoulder to make sure that it's safe. So we have a system from there to the time that we close a restaurant. We have a system for it's systems that make your business. There's no question about that. You know what I mean?
Rami, how involved are you with your business? Like in terms of, do you get into, you know, deep details, and, you know, how involved are you with your business? Are you full hands-on?
I'm fully hands-on.
Yeah.
You know what? It's probably more the top things that I let go of. Probably more the accounting side of the business now, where I trust my CFO.
Right.
So, you know, I trust the things like my IT management, my IT guy. So I don't get involved in the top end of business, because that's not where I started, and that's not where I'm going to give my best return. Where I'm good and where I'm involved with the customers. I like to go out there and see the customers. I like to go out there and see the food. I like to go out there and make sure, you know, and that way, you know, going back to your last question too, that's how you know if your systems are working. Are your people following all those systems that you set up? Is all that data that you've got, is it relevant to the business that you're in? And I think that's that's a strength that I have. You know what I mean? The fact that I'm able to recognize what I'm good at, and say I'm not good at those things, and it's all good. None of us are perfect, right? None of us could be good at everything. So so again, a bit of encouragement. I know you have a lot of viewers who sort of like get motivated by, you know, what we're saying, and hopefully we could motivate them. Don't worry if you don't understand something. You can still scale and grow your business.
Exactly.
You hire the right people. You hire the right team, and they will do it for you.
And there's people out there who are already in business but also struggling. You know, they see the challenges, you know, coming ahead. What sort of advice, what tips would you share with, you know, with people like that?
Mate, if you got it, mate, Rashays is struggling. Every business struggles, right? It's about, I think, grabbing a pen and paper, and I know computers at the moment, so we would just type. Put your laptop away. I'm old-fashioned. Put your laptop away, put your phone away, and write down the things that are stressing or the things that are broken in your business. And then prioritize them from 1 to 10. And work on them, break it down, work on it, and I'll bet you once you break them down, especially when you're in business, because when you're in business, we talked about it earlier, you have so many things shooting at you, right? Whether it's finance, whether it's marketing, whether it's operations, whether it's, you know, whatever it is that's shooting at you, and you find it, you're trying to juggle all them at once. You know what I mean? And that's when you could fall over. That's when you fall over. True. Break it down, grab a good old-fashioned pen and paper, and just list them down, mate. That's my advice.
Rami, you and I met probably about 12 months ago when you were looking for a CFO. Tell me, why were you looking for a CFO? What benefits in your view, you know, is having a CFO in-house?
I saw a massive opportunity in the market. I knew I didn't know, but my intuitions told me that people will start folding in the hospitality, and there'll be massive opportunities. And I wanted a CFO to come on board to help me expand, to help me make sure I don't go too far, I don't grow too quick.
It's mainly the guidance part, isn't it? It's to provide you with some vision, whether it's with regards to growth, or at the same time whether it's regards to protecting what you currently have.
Absolutely. And that's where CFOs can really help you. You know, they could break it down for you, and they could tell you, they can project. Like, as an entrepreneur, you're always projecting. So you always have your own project, and they're usually not too far away, especially if you started the business yourself. But it's always good to get that confirmation. It's always good to get that stamp from the CFO saying, yep. I believe that too.
And you've got another opinion that way as well.
Absolutely.
Right? Someone with a completely different mindset.
Absolutely. And the bigger your business is, sometimes, you know, something so small can change the whole profitability of the business, you know. I know of a famous story on an airline, and I don't know which airline, it's an American airline. You know, they used to put a tomato in the salad, you know. And somebody said, let's take that tomato out. The customer didn't feel it. They took the tomato out, and their profitability went up by, you know, so many millions. You know what I mean?
Rami, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here, and I'm sure everyone out there got, you know, a lot of good tips and insights about, you know, how you started, why you started, where you are now, what your future journey looks like, etc. And you're such a humble person and a real person. You like to keep things simple, isn't it? That's your
Absolutely.
motto, isn't it? Just to keep things simple. And is that a message that you'll share with everyone else as well?
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Keep it simple. Believe in your dream. It's your dream. No one else is going to see the same thing that you see. So don't think that it's whatever you feel in here.
Yeah.
Go with it. Push yourself, and remember to share this video and tag a mate.
Yeah. Thank you again so much, Ram. It's such an honor and a pleasure to host you. We'll look forward to catching up with you again.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
All the best.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.